Hey guys, I'm Mzticc and welcome to a new weapon build guide. Today I'm talking about the Vepr AKM/VPO-209. Since the new 366 TKM AP ammo got released, it's become quite viable to use. I will show you some different budget variants from low budget to full out geared and how to build them. Okay, let's start with the weapon. The Vepr AKM VPO-209 is a single-shot 366 TKM caliber weapon. It is a very cheap weapon to buy from the traders or the flea market and is also a commonly used weapon for scavs, so it's pretty easy to get. You want to play a bit slower with it and preferably fight with it from mid-range, because it is hard to come out on top versus a close-range full automatic weapon. Let's move to the low budget build. For the handguard we use the B10M, foregrip and rail mount B19. Its price to performance ratio is just way too good. With this handguard you won't need any guides for flashlights, foregrips or the sights. For the foregrip we use the Magpul RVG grip. It has some nice recoil reduction and ergonomics for its price. The stock will be the Zenit PT1 Classica stock, for which we will need an AKM AK74 PT lock. In the low budget version of the build we go for the Tapco saw style pistol grip. The magazine of our choice for pretty much every version of this build is the ISMASH 7.62 AKMS aluminum magazine. It's cheap and only costs us 1 ergonomic point. To counter it, we use the Zenit RP1 charge handle. For the low budget version of the build there are 3 good options for reflex sights. The 2 EOTech XPS3s and the Trigicon SRS O2s. They all cost under 20,000 rubles on the flea market and are stats wise pretty good. Here's how you put the weapon together with the parts from a normal functional VPO-209. For the stripped weapon you will need a gas block, a receiver and you will have to use the suppressor, which I will use in the mid to high end builds. This is how much the build will cost you in the end. The mid and high tiers both have 2 setups. I will explain why when we get to it. Starting with the handguard we will have 2 options, depending on how cheap the Krebs custom UFM handguard is on the flea market. If it's under 14k rubles, just use the Krebs custom. If it's over that threshold, use the Magpul MOE AKM handguard. Let's start with the Krebs build. We use the same foregrip, charge handle, magazine and sights as in the low budget build. You will need the kibber arms gas tube to be able to use the Krebs custom handguard. Now we need these 2 guides for the foregrip and the flashlight. Personally I prefer the X400 tactical flashlight, but use any flashlight or laser you want. I don't use any lasers with this weapon because I don't hit fire as much with it. For the stock we use the Zukov S. It gives a lot of recoil reduction and ergonomics. The Magpul MOE pistol grip is the second best in slot for this weapon. The last piece is the suppressor, which will cost you around 13 to 16,000 rubles on the flea market at the moment. The second mid-tier version differs from that version only by the handguard, the foregrip and that you will need the Tactica Tula rear side weaver adapter. Also you don't have to change the gas tube. Get the Magpul MOE AKM handguard. It doesn't matter what color, just get the cheapest or whatever color you like most. As for the foregrip, get the Magpul M-Lock AFG Tactical Grip in any color. Here's how you build the weapons and how much each version will cost you. The high-end versions of the build pretty much only differ from the handguards we use. I prefer the Hexagon handguard if you can get it for under 20,000 rubles on the flea market. But let's start with the Troy handguard gas block combo. With this handguard you won't need a bastion receiver for your sight. However, you will need these two guides to be able to attach a foregrip and a flashlight. The foregrip of our choice will be the SI Cobra Tactical Grip. It gives us some recoil reduction and a lot of ergonomics. The flashlight I like to use is the Zenit 2P Clash. For the pistol grip we use the best in slot for this weapon, the Zenit RK3. The stock for the high-end versions will be the Fab Defense UAS, since it gives a nice balance of recoil reduction and ergonomics. The reflex sight I like to use is the Belomo PK06. You can use the hammer, you will need the bastion receiver though. We will use it in the Hexagon handguard version, but you can use it here too. To fill out the rest of the slots we will get the suppressor, the Zenit RP1 charging handle and the Ismarsh AKMS aluminum magazines. The Hexagon handguard version of this build needs these two guides for the flashlight and the foregrip. You need to switch out the stock receiver and get the Academia Bastion one, so you can attach the following sights onto it. The Leopold Mark IV hammer and the Leopold Delta Point reflex sight on top of that. Here's how much the parts will cost you when you get it from the traders. Keep in mind that you can get some of these parts cheaper on the flea market. Also, this is how you put them together. The last thing we will discuss is the ammo we use. It is the .366 AP round. You can buy this ammo from Mechanic 3 or craft it in your hideout via Workbench 2. 100 AP rounds for 100 rounds of PS 7.62 and 50 rounds of SP6. While finishing the edit, I saw that Voxy uploaded a new video regarding how good the AP ammo is. You should check that one out. I'll put a link in the description. Okay, let's go back to the guide. It has 90 flash damage, 42 pen value and 60 armor damage. It can penetrate up to tier 4 armor pretty easy and penetrates tier 5 and 6 after a few shots. I hope you find this build guide helpful. If you would like me to cover any other weapon or topic, then let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, any likes and subs are always appreciated and help me out a lot. Okay guys, thanks for watching and see you next time. Peace!